Hey guys, this is Starry from StarrySky Gaming, and welcome to this Ice Tank Weapon Mastery Loadout and Skill Point video. Sorry, excuse me. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show the PowerPoint so you can see how I've spec'd for the loadout, and then I'll show the loadout, and then I will go through and I will completely do my skill points from scratch so you can see what I'm doing at each step. Now, this is on the test server since you know, it's free for me to respec my powers as much as I want. Okay, so let's go straight to the PowerPoints, and in the storm tree we have PowerPoints in Inescapable Storm, Arctic Gust, Bitter Winds, Freeze Wave, and Shattered Restraints. In the Cryogenetics tree we have Cold Snap, Frost Snipe, Ice Bash, Reflection, Ice Boulder, Ice Elemental, and Winter Ward. And the Iconics, Powerful Resistance, Nano Weave Armor, and Intimidating Gaze. Okay, so now to loadout. Okay, so for the loadout itself, it's Inescapable Storm, Reflection, Bitter Winds, Winter Ward, Shadow Restraints, and Ice Elemental. Now, for Ice Elemental, remember to set your loadouts. So your loadout's pretty much going to be the same as it is here, but with maybe like an alteration, like for this slot. Okay, so now you've seen PowerPoints and the loadout. Let's go and start doing our skill points. So first things first, movement. We want to get our resistances, because as a tank we want as much resistance to control effects as possible. Let's face it, if I've seen some tanks, I mean I've really seen some tanks do some range attacks with weapon masteries, and then they kind of get lunged by the bosses or some ads and they put on the floor, take a lot of damage or die. So what I'm going to be doing with the skill points as well is speccing into only melee attacks, no range ones. But also this is why we want resistance, we just want as much resistance to being able to be hard controlled literally. Like I said, I've seen a couple of tanks do some weird things. Okay, so the weapon mastery I'm using for tanking is the one-handed. I just absolutely love the one-handed mastery. It's short, quick, nice damage, even for a tank. And now some people think ice tanks, well yeah, you block, you put shields, all that kind of stuff, you don't have time for weapon masteries. Now, the higher geared you get, the more damage you're going to be able to take, the less time you're going to spend blocking, even as a nice tank. Pop Reflect, you can do a weapon mastery. Pop Shatter Restraint, you can do a weapon mastery. Now in raids like Paradox Wave, that's completely different for all tanks. Nexus, you don't need to block so much, even as a nice tank. Okay, so one-handed. So what we need to do is we want to put 5 points down the middle, because to unlock the mastery we need to include all of these 4 attacks, which is Air Launch, Spin Chop, Flip Slash, sorry, Focus Blast. And then we also need to include these attacks as part of a total of 20. Okay, so we've gone and got our 5 attacks which we needed, and now we're looking to get our innates. Now our primary innates are Defense, Dom, Resto, and HP. But as you can see, there's no defense in this tree, so that we will get in a bit. At the moment we're setting up our main masteries. So let's spend the 20 skill points. Right, so we want to scroll up so we can see that when it's unlocked. So we want to get Dominance first then. Right, get Resto. Right, and then now HP. Nice, we actually managed to get all of those. Right, so what we're looking to is we're looking to get unlocked the dual flurry mastery. Now for people who are like tempted to put them in the juicy laser bomb, we will come back for those, but not yet. So we need to set up our primary, well I should say our primary stats first, and our weapon masteries. Okay, so dual flurry mastery. So that means we now have to go into dual flurry, if I can find it and not be as blind as a bat. God damn it. I was looking for dual flurry and I was meant to look for dual wield. Sorry guys. Okay, so dual wield mastery, we need to include Whirlwind Overstrike, Stun and Swipe, Charge, Double Throw. Basically, these 3 down the middle. Well, I should say these 4 down the middle. So those 4 down the middle. Get our defense, which is our primary stat. Now we want to get dominance. Oops, scroll up so we can see when that's unlocked. There's no restoration, so we'll get the HP. Still not unlocked, so there's only critical attack chance, critical healing. Might as well put it as well. It's up to you. You can either put it in the might, or you can either put it in the critical attack damage. I'm gonna put it in the critical attack damage just for like when I'm doing Weapon Mastery or Create. I'm gonna do that a little bit more damage. Probably only need 2 in it. Nope. 3. Okay, so it's still not unlocked. Okay, so let's go this one. There we go. 1 more. Okay, so now that would be our dual flurry unlocked. So now what we do is we go back to one-handed, and we put a skill point in dual flurry because now this is our mastery setup. We're not going to be getting any ranged attacks. As a tank, we're always going to be melee. And like I said before earlier in the video, I've seen some tanks do some ranged attacks, and then they kind of get lunged and put on the floor, take a lot of damage, or die, depending on what tier it is. You know, and so you don't want to be kind of tempted away from doing that. Okay, so now we've got our mastery setup. We're going to go and get our primary innates. Now, some people think, well, why don't we get these while we're here? Our primary innates is defense. Defense is the most important thing for an ice tank. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for all the trees, and we're going to go and get all of our defense. Right. Now I think there's like 5 in total. Now we already got 1 when we set up our mastery. Okay, so there's another one there. Defense. Another one of martial arts. One-handed we've done. Rifle, no defense. Shield, same, no defense. Staff, defense. And two-handed. Cool, that's all of our defense. Now we can go back to our weapon masteries, and we can go get the juicy, well, innates. Okay, so one-handed, health and dominance, and we can go to dual wield and get our big innates. Right, so what we're going to look to do now is, instead of going back through the rest of the trees and going and try and get the tier 1 dominance and all this kind of stuff, we want to try and work into the trees we've already done and got. Now we've already got the defense, which is our primary stat, so we want to try and go into the trees which already I know some people are like, oh yeah, but we can get dominance and sort of stuff though, but we want to try and use our skill points to try and get the extra stats at the bottom now of the trees we already started building into. So as you can see, I've got my defense in this one, so I'm going to get the dominance, the HP, which in total will spend 20 skill points to unlock the innates at the bottom. Overall, this works out a lot better for your dominance, health, stats increase. Why? We don't need to go into all trees to get well, to get the dominance innates. We just need to prioritize our skill points. That's why we're working from the defense trees, and this is why we're also working from the defense trees, which have dominance on the second row. Okay, so dominance, max that baby. Okay, so now we want to get the HP. What we want to do is want to keep an eye on this for when this one's unlocked. Okay, so I did a few more, so I'm just going to put some critical attack damage. Alright, that's how unlocked. Dual wield. Alright, so martial arts. It's got HP, but we want to try and get the ones with dominance in them first. I got dominance there, so we do this one. Also, we got resto and health, so awesome. Let's max the resto first. Well, get as much as we can, so we unlock the innate at the bottom. Okay, so we need to put some in health. Alright, cool. Nice. Right. Now that we've gone and built up maximum skill points from the other trees, which have we prioritized dominance for. Now, instead of also people thinking, yeah, well, we got less skill points left, we can go get the rest of the other, like first row innates from the other skill trees for dominance. We're not going to do that. We're just going to go into the other weapon trees now, which we've already built the defense from for. Two of the weapon trees had dominance in it, which we prioritized over everything else, and now we're just going to go and use the skill points and build into the rest of the weapon trees that we've already invested in. So this one, so we're going to get the resto then. Oops. Going to get the HP, about as much as it needed to unlock the nate at the bottom. Okay, so I need a few more, so critical attack chance. And that will do for that one. Okay, so I've already got that one. Done that one. Okay, so it's going to have to be health. Now this tree doesn't offer very much towards tank, so what we're going to do is going to put it in some of the DPS ones then, just so we can put out a little bit more damage. I'd rather have precision over might, but still, it's not too bad. Right, so that's how I unlock that. Now I think there is one more tree which we should build into with it from the defense. I got that. Okay, so we've done all the trees. Okay, so now we've got 25 skill points left over. Now we can start building into the tier 1 innates from, well, I should say tier 1, I mean the first row innates. So we're going to look through the trees now, which we haven't covered into, for anyone that have like dominance in them. So that one doesn't have it. Martial arts, done that, we've done that. Oh, so it's hand blasters. Cool, okay, so we're going to build into this one. Get a dominance. Prioritize the rest over the HP. So we still need some more, so let's get the HP there. We still need some more to unlock this innate at the bottom. Alright, so that gives me one more skill point, which I can just start, sorry, pardon me, which I can start building into now, into another tree. This is pretty much where there we go. So Brawler. So next tree I'm going to work into will be Brawler for the dominance. Also has Resto, and then I'll get the HP, and then if I still need to invest more skill points to unlock this innate, I would go for like the DPS critical attack damage and the might. And that's how I will spec my character for Ace Tank. So let me know what you guys think about this build. If you think there is another way that it could be improved, please let me know. Same for the loadout. It is a good loadout. The reason why I have the supercharge in it is I kind of think like a oh shit button. It's like if some reason you've pulled too many ads on you, like in the T6, like you just decide to pull the whole room, your shields will cool down. You're afraid you're gonna, you're afraid you're not gonna have enough to take the damage. Pop your supercharge and it'll keep you alive, and it'll keep the rest of your group alive as well. Especially if you're doing one of these T6 alert runs with no healer. The supercharge works and really works, especially you're going to be doing a lot of weapon masteries in between your shield rotations. So you are going to be building up your supercharge. Sorry. So the supercharge itself is just very strong. So anyway guys, let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching this, and until next time, I'll see you then.